We now continue our weekly land report segment with the American Society of Farm Managers and Rural Appraisers. President-elect Rick Hiatt joins us now for an update. Rick, thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year. So I got to ask you, how did harvest end up for finishing for the Midwest, particularly Illinois?
Well, thank you, Susan. Happy New Year to you, and we really appreciate what you all do for agriculture. You know, the harvest in the Midwest was outstanding, one that we had not expected, all the way from north to south, and particularly in Illinois, where I do most of my management. The corn was 10 to 12 bushel better, and the soybeans were just as good, 10 bushel better. And that is off of yields exceeding 200 bushel per acre for 2023.
I want to talk about the drought this past summer in the Midwest. I know that you reported some excellent yields, so tell us what happened there.
Well, that was a surprise. We did have a severe drought from the end of April to the end of June, which is that critical time for getting the plant started. July, we received an abundance of rain, very timely rains, because we were starting pollination and also setting the flowers on the soybean pods. We then came into September and October and were dry, and it stayed that way through the rest of the harvest. You know, I believe with this good production, we've got to give credit to some of the genetics that have been working on for the last 10 to 12 years with our hybrids. They made a big difference.
Absolutely. Have come a long way. That is great to see, Rick. I got to switch gears right now. I want to talk about farmland values this winter. What are you seeing?
Well, the farmland is holding steady. We really don't see anything getting out of line. We don't see a big drop in good farmland. It's running about $19,000 an acre. Some of our B and C soils, they've dropped about 10 to 15% off their highs of a year ago. But the market is holding very steady right now.
Do you see any increased activity as far as farmland sales, as we move through 2024?
Well, I would say the sales are just consistent. There's not an increase in volume from a year ago. The sales just seem to be popping up on a regular basis, both live auction, hybrid auction. But the one thing we are seeing is we're seeing more farms being listed with a broker at a fixed price. We haven't seen that in quite a while because nobody knew what to set the market.
It's interesting to point out. Thank you so much, Rick. Great information as always. Rick Hiatt with the American Society of Farm Managers and Rural Appraisers. You want to be sure to tune in each Wednesday, 1:30 Eastern, for a weekly land report update.